All right, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through the first lab. We'll do it together so that we can kind of get used to what the workflow for the hands-on labs are, and also get you a lot of practice with working with VS Code and Git and the command line. So we're going to go over here to, if you're not already there, go to modules, and then you go to the module 0, and we're going to go to the module 1, and we're going to go down to the hands-on lab. So this is a quiz, but there's only one question because this is kind of an introduction. So take the quiz. All right, so we're going to do exercise 1.6, checking Git configuration settings. So the first thing we do is clone the repository here. All the hands-on labs will have something similar. So we'll open up that in a new tab. We follow the instructions in the README. And the README is referring to the README in the lab. So the README is the file that comes up first. Okay, and then we have to answer a question. What was the value of the Git property obtained after completing step 2 in the README file? And then we'll have to type in something here. So, okay, so let's get started. So we'll go in the. This is how the hands-on labs will proceed. So we have a repository. So I want to go ahead and open up VS Code. And we should already have everything installed. So what I want to do is, in order for everything to work well, I want to sign in to GitHub. Okay, so on the down here, there's a sign in to sync settings. I want to sign in with GitHub, and I want to sign in with my my GitHub username. Now, it didn't ask me. I've already signed in quite a bit, so it just automatically signed in. You're going to have to go through and actually put in your credentials and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and run that again. Let's do ahead and sign. See, turn sync, sign in. Yeah. So let's go ahead and sign out. Okay, sign out, and I'm going to go ahead and just sign out of here too. So sign out. Let's try this again. Okay, so just go ahead and close that. All right, so if I want to do sign in to sync settings, sign in with GitHub. There we go. Ask me my username and password. I'm going to sign in. If you have two-factor auth set up, it might send you an authentication code, which I should be getting here momentarily. Let's see here. I got to put it in. All right, so my authentication code, 899-511. Then open VS Code, and there we go. I am signed in. Okay, you can see I'm signed in with GitHub. Okay, so I also I have a few other extensions, GitHub Classroom, Employee Request. I'm just going to sign into those as well, and then so I'm 100% signed in. Okay, so once you're signed in with GitHub, it actually makes everything pretty easy because VS Code is tightly integrated with GitHub. So again, if I open up my repository. Okay, and I want to, here's my URL. So I want to copy that up there. Copy that URL, okay? And then if I go here and I hit F1, and I go type git clone, okay? It should have a once you're signed in, it should say clone from GitHub, okay? The extension GitHub wants you to sign in, so I'll hit allow, okay? Again, go through allow. And then once you're all signed in, a whole bunch of things will pop up, right? And then what you do is you just paste that repository right in there, and then click it. It'll ask me where I want to put stuff, so I'm just gonna. I usually put stuff in my repos, but Classroom, I'll put this stuff in the Classroom. So I'll put select as repository destination, and then I'll hit open. Okay, and now I have the repository. So I have all the files from the repository cloned onto my local machine. Okay. Now I can look at the README. There's the README. Okay. There's the README. There's the script, the chaos monkey script. Okay. There's the chaos, and there we go. So what I want to do is cool things. Let's go over some cool things about GitHub. First of all, let's go ahead and open up. You can open up a preview on the README, so it looks nice and fancy. So that's kind of cool. That's a feature. And now I want to start interacting with Git, right? So in terminal, I want to go new terminal, right? I'll just go ahead and close my debug. or I could just hit F1 and hit terminal, and then hit create new terminal, right? Now, remember, you want to make sure you're in the right terminal. On Mac, it'll be ZSH. On Windows, you want to make sure you are in Git Bash, okay? Now, the terminal by default is synced to what I've checked out. So if I type ls, you can see where those are the files, or I could type, ls minus L for long. You can see I have my README, which is README. I have Chaos Monkey right here. And now, whenever I'm instructed to do things in the terminal, this is where I do it. So if I go here to the README, I can say, okay, exercise 1.6, checking Git configurations. Okay, step 1, run the Chaos Monkey script. So it's telling me this is what I'm supposed to run. Okay, so here's the Chaos Monkey script, and this is how I run it. So I can say, say /chaos monkey, and it says completed. And step 2, use the git config command to get the value of the chaos.monkey property stored in the local Git repository. Okay, so if I do git config and chaos.monkey. Now, this will all make more sense after you do the reading, right? So this is chapter 1.6. So I'm kind of jumping in. I'm assuming that you've already done the reading for this. And, so this will be, if you have not done the reading, this may not make a lot of sense, right? So that's it. So I did git config chaos monkey, and this was the output I got. So now I can actually copy that, and I can go back to the quiz. So I can actually close this. Go back to the quiz. And it says, what was the value of the Git property attained after completing step 2 in the README file? So this was step 2, right? And so the property is right here. I got the property. I pasted in. I've hit submit quiz. And you can see I got it correct. And it should tell me the correct answers, right? And it's from chapter 6, first time Git setup. So if we go over here, and we can see the grades showed up, which is nice. So everything should be good to go, right? Hands-on lab, 10 out of 10. Now, some of the hands-on labs you're allowed to take multiple times. So if I go back here to the hands-on lab, I can take the quiz again, but remember it is the average. The attempts will be averaged. So make sure that make sure you review what you've done before you try it again, because if it will be averaged. You can do up to 3 attempts, and that's pretty much how you do all the hands-on labs, right? Now this, if we go here, we can go cd ... right? There's the Git repository cloned, and now we're kind of done with this. And so what we want to do is we want to actually do file and say close folder. Close folder. And now we're ready to do the second lab. So if there was another hands-on lab, then or another question, then we do it again. For example, if we jump ahead to say module hands-on lab for the Git basics, we could say that the quiz has 9 questions, so we'll be doing that 9 times. Again, so let's walk through it right quick. So open up this repository. Okay, I copy the URL. I jump over to VS Code. I hit F1. I say git clone from GitHub. Paste in the URL. Hit enter. And then put it in the in the same place. I'm just going to put it right here. Select I don't want to put inside that Git repository. I want to put it right there. Select repository destination. Hit open. Okay, and then you see it's kind of the same setup. There's my README. Okay, with all the steps. There's the script. One of the scripts I got to write, and all of these steps, git status, git add, all this will be done in the terminal. So I open up the terminal. Okay, close the debug, and there we go. So I can start running it, right? Familiarize yourself with the repository. Okay, I did. I can run the chaos script, copy that. Okay, and just keep on going down and down and down. Now, If these scripts don't run if you're on Windows, again, make sure that you're in the right shell. Make sure that you're in ZSH or Git Bash. There was a previous video in a module 0 that goes over, don't run, these will not run in PowerShell. You have to run in Git Bash. So that is that's pretty much the workflow, right? So if we finish this, we go ahead and we'll file close folder, close this, and go down to the next one, exercise 2.6, and we just kind of rinse and repeat, right? And copy that in F1, git clone for GitHub, repository. Okay, and what, did I not hit it? F1, git clone for GitHub. All right, there we go. Yeah, I must have. There we go. Classroom, and you can see now I have the first one we did, the second one, and now here's a third one. So, and that is the workflow. And you see in here we actually have some more changes, right? So, go to README, go through the steps, answer the questions, right? Answer these questions, and that's pretty much the workflow. So hopefully that makes sense. It is set up to get you using Git and get you familiar with the inner workings and give you instant feedback. So once you submit the quiz, you'll get instant feedback on what you're doing. And the hands-on labs you can do multiple times. So hopefully that makes sense using VS Code and Git. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask me. So thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy the exercises.